Hello. Hey everybody, and welcome to these videos. It's a series, basically anything that you need to know about the new Xbox release of The Sim. We're going to take a bit of footage from each of the streams I've been doing over the last few days, and it's going to focus in on some kind of particular things, be it setting up your controllers, what to do in The Sim, where to take off from, and some of the different settings you can use. So I hope you find this series somewhat helpful. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or opinions, do leave them in the comments below. I do read them, and we'll see you in the skies soon. So this is a Cessna 208 Grand Caravan, and what we're going to do, we're going to set up everything so we can go flying in this. Rather than having to use the AI to power up the aircraft, well, we can do the whole thing ourselves. So to get started, welcome to the cockpit of the Cessna Grand Caravan. Now the first thing we're going to do, down on this side, we have the battery switch. So we're going to click that, turn it on, yes. And then we have fuel boosters, worry about them in a moment. Now we can disappear the yoke here. And we're going to get some lights on. So we'll turn on our nav light and our beacon light. We're going to make sure that our parking brake is engaged, which is this one here, which it is. Next thing, we're going to add in our fuel. So we need to turn on our fuel tanks. So on the overhead, you have your left tanks and you have your right tanks. So we turn on our fuel next. Now with the fuel turned on, we're going to add in some prop, which is this guy here. Move him all the way to the front. And then we're going to add in our mixture into low idle, which is about there. And then we control our own throttle, which is here. So we're going to bring that to idle, which is there. Perfect. Now, we have an ignition system and also fuel boosters. So we're going to put our fuel boosters to on. That's them running. Then we have our ignition. We're going to move that to on. We need to power up the avionics so we can see the engine instruments. So this is going to power up. So we'll turn on the G1000. There we go. So you can see our engine dials here. We can see our torque, our ITT, and our NG. So what we're going to do when we start up the aircraft. Mr. Creeper T, many thanks for the follow, dude. So we're going to hit the starter, which is this button here. So we're going to go from the off to start position. So the prop is spinning. You can see our ITT and our NG starting to rise. And the mixture then we can put it into high idle then once it starts. Do that on idle. So there's a good start in the engine. Torque's coming up. Want to turn our starter to off. Down one click. And our ignition system back to normal. And that's pretty much it. Engine's running. So from here, it's a matter of turning on our lights. So we get our strobes on. And we get our taxi lights and recog lights on as well. Any of your internal lights, they're all down here. So you can control, your overhead lights, your panel lights, all the kind of good stuff. Big Papa Polly says there's a lot of aircraft out here. Can we do a count? Yeah, once we get airborne, dude, we'll do a count. So with the engines running, that's it. You're out of your cold and dark state, and it's only a matter of now of adding in a bit of power, and you can kind of taxi and do takeoff and stuff.